Marvel is desperate. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Otaku J, manga is better than comics, as you can tell. So apparently, you know how many people have been talking about it. You can't hide from the truth, facts and all that stuff there. The comic book industry in America isn't doing too well, and there's many reasons why. I mean, I've stopped, not just because, again, they don't want to tell stories anymore, they don't have the passion for it, they just want to shove woke stuff in there. And it's true, they have that in there, people just want a freaking story. And then you see some of the stuff where the artists they choose aren't as talented and as good as they are. There were a lot that I really liked back in the day and still do. But some of the ones they have now are just, wow. And you can tell the laziness, like, is that how that angle should look, that perspective? Why does that person look like they're not finished? Why does that look like, oh my gosh, it is pretty bad. The reason why manga is better is because it's basically, for the most part, just one person writing a story that he or she wants to tell. And they will tell it. There's a passion in it. They fully want to develop a story, not just these little issue 1 of 7 or 1 of 2 or something. I mean, they want to tell a full story. It can go on for as long as they want, as long as people enjoy it. And they get to tell their full story with an amazing artist, whether they're the artist themselves or they have someone do it for them in a collaboration. It is amazing what they do. They tell a story and they know what their target audience is. That is why manga sells. Do you like shonen? Then they know who to sell it to. Do you like boobies all over the place? They will make sure that that is who they want to get to buy their stuff. Do they want weird, effed up, quirky, out of this, the craziest stuff you've ever seen? There's the audience for that. That's who they choose. Do they want a romance? That's who they want. Do they want it to be this and that? All that stuff. They know what the audience wants. America seems to be like, hey, we hear what you want, but we're going to do, but F you, basically. That's why manga is winning so much. Anime and manga is killing it, and that's why you're trying to see people like Netflix and all of them trying to create their own anime, and it just doesn't work because, no, sorry, it just isn't. Because you're doing it for that standpoint, you're not doing it for the passion that these people have. And that's what's happening now. Marvel, again, desperate. They announced a new Shonen Jump manga collaboration. Marvel Comics is... I mean, with the whole Spider-Man thing going on right now in the MCU, Phase 4, it ain't looking so good that ways, but now the comics are still doing as crappy as ever. According to an update, Marvel Comics announced it will team up with the Shueisha brand to create 6 new manga releases. These titles were released on Shonen Jump Plus in Japan and be tagged by various manga creators. Now here's where I kind of do like this. It looks like it's from actual mangaka, Japanese people, so it'll be good because it's from actual mangaka, not people attempting to fake it and just try and milk and go, hey, people like anime now, I'm going to do it myself, without any liking or passion or, belief in manga and anime. In the medium, these titles were released. Okay, I said that already. As for the first artist, well, it seems Marvel's went big with the collaboration. Shonen Jump scouted Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator. My boy, I love this guy. He is great. I loved his style. And again, you want to check out our tin video, where we open up the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tin that came out, with his new art being included in the promos for us. He's sort of like, his art has changed, has progressed throughout the years. You can tell it's not the same, because even you can see his old Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to like when he redraws Yu-Gi-Oh! And like his art book, beautiful book, and his new cards where he redraws characters or the monsters. It's a different look now, and it is just great. He is awesome. So they're getting Kazuki Takahashi to pen the first Marvel manga. And, I have to laugh. It's basically, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's basically Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey, Tony Stark, I challenge you to a duel. Just imagine Tony Stark, haha, look at me, blah, 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 versus Seto Kaiba, the anime Japanese kind of Tony Stark in a sense. Hey, look at me, blah, 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 blue eyes, blah, blah, blah. That's gonna be awesome. And then Spider-Man web-slinging, fighting against it. It looks pretty cool, the art that I've seen. It looks kind of funny and interesting. It looks really good. But of course, everyone's trying to ride manga and anime. And it seems like there's one of, few things that are coming from this. Obviously, it's because they're super desperate. And the other thing is the Trojan horse. Because if you've noticed, a lot of Westerners are really attacking and hating. You sit there and say you're a fan of My Hero Academia, but you can't stand the sexy girls in it. But you can ship 2 boys diddling each other that are underage. You people that can't understand fact and fiction, and this has been going on in anime manga since the dawn of anime and manga. Again, yeah, but no, you can't make fun of it. It's a different culture. It's not meant for you. It's meant for the Japanese audience of mine. The age stuff is worldwide. It's a drawing. Different stuff. You didn't bitch about it before. Now these last couple years you're bitching about it. But you people are nuts. And the Western people over here, they can't stand it that they can't control. When they can't control something, it irritates them. They'll do whatever they can. They can't control anime and manga. So what better way to do it? Kind of get in there and kind of change it and then spread the cancer and destroy it from within. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but this is what it seems like they're trying to do. It'll fail because whenever you see, oh, it's an American anime, an American manga, ha ha ha, no thank you, it's garbage. But this is actually the manga Japanese artist, actual manga doing this, and a great one to start with. So, and as they say in the article, this isn't the first time they've dipped into the world of manga. In the past, the publisher has done its own manga titles, which were, with Marvel Mangaverse. Since then, Marvel Comics has worked with other publishers like Kodansha Comics to host contests for fans. So, I mean, it's interesting, it's nice, but I feel like this is definitely a desperate attempt to try and be like, hey, we're just as cool. And then it's like, no, you're not. This is cool because this is actually like from Japan and a Japanese manga is doing it. But if Marvel in America was like, hey, let's try and do an anime or a manga, people were like, nah, I'm gonna watch and read the real thing. So in a way, I love that they chose my boy. I love, he's great. Yu-Gi-Oh's awesome. Talented son of a gun. Cool that they chose him, and it looks funny as hell. Just see this. I mean, look at this stuff. It is funny. And also at the same time, it's kind of funny just because Marvel is so desperate. The comic industry is just dead, and now they gotta go resort to this. You guys are sad. You can't sell your own stuff. You have to be, hey, Japan, we make manga for us so people like us again. It is laughably bad how, I don't know, just how pathetic the industry is right now. I do remember seeing some like Marvel animes. There was an Iron Man, a Blade, and a X-Men series. I looked at the X-Men series because on the cover, it was the X-Men characters in anime style, and the female characters looked like great anime characters, busty, thick, the shape, the look, and I was like, I'll give that a try. Disappointed in it. It didn't really focus as much on the etchiness as I was kind of hoping. And the art animation was kind of bleh. The Blade one was an interesting take, but again, bleh. And then Iron Man, it was cool seeing a Japanese anime Iron Man, but even still, that was not as great as it could have been. But, so I'm surprised they aren't trying to do more of that. What do you guys and girls think? Cool, neat. Does it look like they're desperate? It definitely is, I'm sorry. Because the industry is tanking and manga is not, so they gotta do something. Keep it fappening. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. J,